let me bring on the person you guys are really waiting for today. Dr. Taylor, how are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. So the first thing I want to say is this is impressive because I really like I go in the nicks and cracks of the internet to find
Mhm.
information, and I never heard about what you're going to tell us about today. And I was actually in another space today with Dr. Stella Manuel and some other people, and they're talking about COVID and long COVID,
Mhm.
and there were some other chiropractors in there. I said, "Hey, have you guys heard about this?" And they're like, "Well, there's this and this." And I was just like, "This, why aren't you guys sharing this information? Like, we need to know." So I'm super excited. Before we get into it, just so my audience is like, well, why does Dr. Taylor in a position to tell us about this? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your education, and why you are and where you are today.
All right. Well, as you mentioned, I am a chiropractor. I graduated in 2005, and so I'm going my 18th year of practice. So that's kind of fun. And in 2019, I also got those little extra letters after my name that you see there, and that means it means it. I actually have a what they call a diplomate in this upper cervical area. This area, it's like the skull, the atlas, and the axis, or the C0, C1, C2. I actually spent an extra 3 years after my doctorate to get a specialty within that particular area. To me, this is the lifeblood of how our nervous system runs. So that's why I actually spent 3 years going once a month, basically to Chicago every month for a whole weekend for 3 years to do this. It's something that I see. I mean, I don't want to use the word miracles because that's kind of grandstanding a little bit, but I've seen people that have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and they have spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure out what's wrong with them. And this one very simple thing can make the difference. It's a mechanical issue. So my practice is in Plano, Texas, which is just north of Dallas. I'm just right there north of Dallas, if you can't tell by my accent. But I really enjoy talking to people about what I do and why I do what I do. So let's just get started.
We will. So I was watching a video that you made on your website, and the website's down on the crawl bar on the bottom, and it'll also be in the description for you guys just to click on later. And so you have one of your patients, and you show her, you put the hip lasers on, you give her so she can see visually there's going to be a difference.
Yeah.
And you go through the whole process. And then you get to the part where you're going to finally do it. So I'm like, here it comes. Like, because I've seen chiropractors before. So I'm
Right.
waiting for the twist, big
Uh-huh.
machines come out and it's just like real specific. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But the effect was immediate. Like you
Yeah.
saw, like real time, it was there. So we are talking, those that are wondering, Alpha, okay, what is it? We're talking about, and correct me if I get this wrong, the Upper Cervical Chiropractic Care. And that
Correct. You got that right. Right.